this fun Chinese New Year's project, I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, fold it in half, and lay it into my Bowdabra. And I'm just going to tuck it underneath so it stays out of my way. The next thing I'm going to do is take my piece of ribbon, and I've already dovetailed the ends. If you don't know how to dovetail, let me quickly show you. What I'm doing here is I'm folding it in half, and I'm cutting it at an angle towards the fold. And that's what gives you your really pretty dovetailed ends. So then I'm just going to put this ribbon in here. I'm taking a whole bunch of fun Chinese New Year colored ribbons to make this bow. So now I'll take this ribbon here, and like I said, I've got them all pre-cut and dovetailed, which makes it a little bit easier when I'm working on my project. And then I'm going to stick this in here because I really want it to be festive looking. So, and take my gold and put that down in there. And I'm just going to use my wand here and kind of scrunch it all in. Then I'm going to take some of my red Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon and scrunch that down in. And then some gold and scrunch that. And then I actually cut a shorter piece of my, and I'm going to do it this way. And put that in here, and then I have this little piece of silver. I'm just going to scrunch that down and take my wand and put that all down there. I'm going to move this aside. Then we have this little string of Chinese New Year beads, and I call them Chinese New Year beads. I just think they look really cool. And they're attached together, so what I'm going to do is just take my Bowdabra bow wire, and I'm going to just tie a knot here. I'm going to clip this end here, and I've already got one cut here. I'm just going to cut another one. I'm just going to take this and put this one in going that way, and this one in going this way. Then I'm going to take my wand, scrunch everything in. Then I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, and the reason I fold it in half to begin with is because now I have a slip knot. So I'm going to pull the two ends through the loop, hold my bow down, pull it really tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, pull it out, separate the ends, bring it around to the back, and I'm going to tie it. I have just a mason jar, and I'm just going to scrunch up some newspaper and put that down into the mason jar. You're not going to see it, so it won't matter. The next thing that I'm going to do is take my mason jar, and I'm just going to take my silver Sharpie so that I'll be able to see it. And I'm just going to draw a circle. I'm going to go and just cut my circle. So now I'm just going to put this in here. Now what I'm going to do is take this piece of felt that I've already pre-cut, and I'm going to just put a few glue dots . So once you have all your glue dots down, and of course you could also use a glue gun, I'm going to just take this here and just glue it on, and I'm going to just roll it around. So now the entire jar is covered, and just kind of rolling it to make sure all the glue dots stick. And then I'm just going to tuck this in here. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie, and I'm just going to paint this with a Sharpie. So now that I finished painting or Sharpieing my fortune stick, I'm going to put a number on it, and I've been numbering them in different colors, so I'm going to use red on this one, and so this is my number 5. Then I'm going to go here and take my fortune sticks and put them in upside down. And then what I did here is I actually printed out this Chinese fortune stick guideline. I got it from activityvillage.co.uk, and we will have that link below. And I've cut the pages, so I'm just gonna cut these here to show you that I just printed them off my computer and kind of made it into a little book. And then I just tied them all together, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of scrunchy ribbon. I'm gonna take a little scrunchie here and take some wire, fold it in half, and lay it down into my Bowdabra, tuck the ends underneath. And then I'm just gonna take my red and my gold scrunchie and gonna tie this off by just bringing this back up, pulling it to the slip knot, pulling it really tight, bringing it out of my Bowdabra, and then I'm gonna separate my ends and bring it around. Then I'm just gonna put this through my hole, and I'm going to pull it here and just tie that and clip the ends. And now you have this really cute Chinese New Year's project. Please do me a favor and click the subscribe button below, and also like us at Bowdabra on Facebook.